WHAS11 Weather Impact Forecast is sponsored by Tom Sondergeld Plumbing and West Shore Home.
And of course, the big weather story today is the rain, with much more on the way for this evening and into the overnight hours. But this is much needed rainfall as drought is really ongoing and worsening, especially across Kentucky here lately. So we're tracking the heavy rain tonight. It should start to push off to the southeast pretty early tomorrow morning. Cooler temperatures midweek, back into the 60s for highs and 40s for lows. And then as you plan ahead for this weekend, plan for some rain on Mother's Day. That's going to be our next best chance for rainfall in our 7-day forecast. But let's take a closer look at the Max HG radar, because Jefferson County, we've gotten a bit of a break here, but take a look at what's just off to our west in Corydon, heading our direction. Widespread showers, looks like moderate to maybe even some pockets of heavy rainfall rolling in from the west here. Big picture view showing things more scattered the farther south that you do go, and that's really been the trend so far today because of the placement of the front. So we've had more rain. We had some activity that was overnight, moved into southern Indiana this morning, but dissipated before it really impacted Kentucky. More of those showers, some embedded thunderstorms this afternoon. And now here's another wave for this evening. Temperature wise, it's really dependent if you've seen more rain today, if you're north of the front or you're south of it. So we have temperatures in the low to mid 70s along and south of the parkways. But in Louisville, we're in the mid 60s, and we have upper 50s to lower 60s where we've had more steady rain in southern Indiana. Our hour by hour futurecast for this evening. Once again, we have scattered showers that are moving west into the Louisville metro within the hour. And then as we head into tonight, you'll notice how the coverage of activity really picks up. I still think things could be more scattered to the south and more just steady rainfall to the north, but we could have some embedded thunderstorms, especially to the south, where there might be just a little bit more energy here overnight and into early tomorrow morning. But by 5 or even 6 o'clock, you'll notice that the radar looks a lot quieter. So we'll wrap up the weather impact alert at that point. The front tries to push most of that off to the southeast, that we could have an additional push of moisture for areas south of the parkways tomorrow afternoon and evening, before high pressure really takes over for Thursday and most of Friday. So even though we're not included in the severe weather outlook today, which is great news, we are included in what's called the excessive rainfall outlook. This is a marginal risk level 1 out of 4 for basically heavy rainfall that could lead to localized flooding concerns. So where we start to see maybe showers or storms that are a bit heavier or training in the same areas, we could see especially ponding on the roads and maybe some higher creeks in southern Indiana. That all pushes down to the south tomorrow. Mostly dry Thursday and for most of Friday. This 30% chance will be Friday night with a high of 70. We're in the 70s this weekend, and then as I mentioned, our next best chance of rain will arrive for Mother's Day before we dry out early next week. And a reminder that you can stream the live radar 24/7 on the WHAS 11 Plus app.